Illinois Kids Wrestling Federation State Championships. Yesterday morning, 480 boys from across the state arrived here with one thing in mind: to take home one of the 20 championship crowns. There are 40 finalists vying for this honor here tonight. The Harvey Twisters are leading the tournament with 152 points. They're making a strong bid to win their 5th consecutive state championship if they can hold off the Dalton Park Falcons, who trail by just 9.5 points. Both teams have 4 finalists, so it looks like a 2-team race. We're looking forward to a lot of quality competition from these young men here tonight, so sit back and enjoy Illinois Kids Wrestling at its finest.
Met this guy before,
This is Anthony Feola with a record of 32-9. Yeah, he's wrestled Stephen Bryant twice this year and has lost to him 7-0 and 6-2. He was 6th place last year, though, at 90 pounds. I mean, in 1990, I'm sorry. He doesn't have what weight he was at sixth place at. We're looking forward to having a good match here.
I think his dad is a coach somewhere from De La Salle.
And his opponent tonight is Stephen Bryant from Buffalo Bulls with a record of 43-1. His coach is Ed Kaufman.
I tell you, they're little studs, aren't they?
Everybody is little studs. We're about ready to go.
Cut.
All right, here we go with the first period. Feola's showing good pressure, but Bryant comes in with a front headlock. So try to work it around. He's got to try to spin.
Both of them are pretty lean. They're pretty agile.
Keeps working up front. Feola's trying to drive up. We have a stalemate, both up.
That was a good call because nobody wanted to improve it or take the chance to.
Feola with the first shot, but right back into that front headlock is Bryant. He's got to try to spin around. Feola's doing a good job by trying to drive up.
They're kind of at a stalemate over there. I don't think nobody wants to make a mistake.
Well, it's got to be tough. You're in the state finals here.
Yeah, you're going to stop it again. He's going to warn them now.
Both up again.
Well, you've got to improve yourself no matter how many times you shoot. If you don't, if you're just blocking, you're both stalling.
Right. But they're just feeling each other out, I think, first period. A little nervous. Feola goes for a throw.
Oh, that was close.
Nothing. All right, that's the first period with the score 0-0 still. Feola. Bryant, the third
kid's gonna take down.
Feola took down. Second period. Bryant's got good knee pressure. Riding the wrist real well.
He's trying to bar arm it a little bit on this side. He's really being pretty cautious, though. He's just controlling.
Yeah. He's controlling Feola pretty handily here. He's gonna have to start working for hand control off the bottom. Here he goes. He's gonna try to come out, but Bryant keeps him in there. The nice knee pressure, hip pressure on him.
He's gonna have to try to improve that, or they're gonna call him for stalling.
They keep working though. That's one nice thing. He tried to slip a half up in there, but it just wasn't there. He's got the bar arm in. He's got the chicken wing in there.
Now he's trying to get it. He's almost got it.
Feola still keeps that pressure on so that he can't walk that over. Ref keeps checking it to make sure it's going straight across.
Potentially dangerous.
Yep, potentially
dangerous. Good call.
You have to keep that arm straight across. If it comes up into the shoulder, up on the shoulder blade, they'll stop it every time.
I don't blame him. I'd stop it too.
Oh, nice sit. Nice sit. He's got to keep scooting though. Nice recovery by Bryant. Keeping the hip pressure on. Feola's trying to work up. But Bryant is just doing a real good job on the top. Controlling the arms, keeping the knee in there, hip pressure on him, keeping him wrestling on his hip.
It's perfect positioning. Knee in the butt,
That's
double
right.
wrist, control of the hands.
Well, we're going into the third period. The score is still 0-0. Bryant has beaten Opiola twice this year, like I said, 7-0, 6-2. So this is an improvement for Anthony. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Bryant chose down for the third period. And the whistle, he goes out for head on. Oh, almost caught him on a tilt. Keeps working up, though. Looks like Anthony's going to have a hard time keeping him in there. He's going to have to recover here.
He's getting him high. He's going to come out.
Coming out in front. He's going to try to get his one. Anthony's trying for a throw. And there it is, 2 reversal right there. Good reaction, good move up for Bryant. Now he's going to tie up the arm. He's going to have to try to turn him, though. Oh, here comes Opiola coming up. But he's just got that wing and an arm locked up too much underneath the...
Well, he knows how to block it pretty good because he must have had it on him a few times, and he knows how the kid uses it.
A stalemate.
That's a stall. I told you he'd stall because he's got to go for the fall. That's a 1 point.
Yep, stalling on Bryant. All he's doing is hanging on. All right, Opiola's got his work cut out for him. 40 seconds to go in the match. He's down 2-0. He's going to have to start coming up.
I don't think they got the score right, Scott. It should be 2-1 because they both were stalled once before for stalling.
Oh, I didn't notice that. We'll have to check. He's got that bar in. The ref's going to stop it again. Stalemate. All right, we got 21 seconds left. And Opiola needs a reversal to tie.
It's fine the way these kids know how to win. They know what they have to do and what not to do.
That's exactly.
And still stay busy.
That's why they're there. Oh, here we come. He's coming out. Oh, good recovery by Bryant. Opiola gave it a shot with 8 seconds to go. Here we're down to the last 5. Looks like our state champ's going to be Stephen Bryant from the Buffalo Bulls.
Very nice match. It was a great match.
Stephen Bryant, congratulations. You wrestled him 3 times this year, huh? You have a game plan today to use?
Yeah.
What was it?
To watch out for the township front hill.
Well, you're 44-1 now, huh? And the team Bialto's on the board. Good job. 1991 60-pound champ.
Cut.
Period, but no score in a 64-pound match.
Well, that's the second one. They're both feeling each other out, right?
Bowens gets his choice. He defers to Coombs. Coombs chooses down for the start of the second period. I think we're going to see a lot of these kind of matches, these real close matches.
Well, the talent predicts that it's going to be that way.
Leonard tries to throw in the legs as Coombs comes up. This could be stopped the minute he gets his hands off the mat. He's trying to break him back down, and it's stopped for potentially dangerous.
Yeah, that's because he was milking it. He was pumping with it. You're not supposed to do that.
Right. Yeah, the wrestling all tournament at this tournament this year has been phenomenal.
Yes.
I mean, the quality of the kids has been unbelievable.
Yes, it is.
All right, Combs comes up to a stand-up. He's working on the hands to break that hand control to get his hips out. Nice block. Oh, he comes out with a nice switch off the bottom.
Oh boy!
Nothing
almost.
Yet. Oh, Bowens reacts real well. Combs comes for a throw, and he catches him.
Yeah.
Leonard catches him, but there's no point yet. He hasn't exposed it. He's got to get out to the side to tee it up. He's trying to walk over the half.
I tell you, the Harvey boys really push the pin. They go right to the back.
They really do, and they're off the mat with no points scored. That's remarkable. You look at these kids who get caught in a half like that. They rarely get turned to the back. I mean, that's a sign of a champion. And when you get caught in a bad situation and you're able to come out of it. Bowens is wrestling really tough here. Coombs is going to come up.
He looks small compared to some of the other ones I've seen here at 64 pounds.
He's riding well, trying to keep that leg hook.
They all ride well.
Combs is trying to come out. He's working on the hands to keep the hand control out.
He's looking for a cradle, too. The side cradle.
He gets his hips out, and there's this one. There's his one. Comes right out the back door for 1 point. Makes the match 1-0 with 20 seconds to go in the second period. He's trying to, looks like he's trying to lock up for a throw.
He is locked up. He's going to try to overpower him.
They're on the edge of the mat.
That is great hip action to stop him.
No points. They're off the edge of the mat. There's 7 seconds to go in the second period with Coombs leading 1-0. Steps it up. Coombs shoots in for the takedown.
Oh boy, bear hug it.
Oh, nice throw at the buzzer, but nothing. Good throw. Good throw.
Superb throw. A good throw and a good try.
One by Coombs right before that. Now one by Bowens.
Scott, you ever have that kind of hip action?
No.
Me neither.
No. I wish I did.
Yeah.
I might have been wrestling down here more often.
Yeah.
All right. Bowens gets his choice. He takes down. Start of the third period. Coombs leading 1-0.
I think he's going to be a leg man too, isn't he?
He might be. Actually, he knows how to do it all. He really does. Bowens keeps trying to come up. He's got to work on those hands, though. He's got to get his hips away when he comes up. Coombs rides real tough. He's real aggressive.
He sure does.
Right to go off the mat. Back to the center. Like I said, I think we're going to see matches like this all night. Real close ones. We've got a few more coming up where they've already wrestled during the year.
Especially at the lightweights.
Yep.
Have they met this year at all?
Yes, they have, and Coombs has won every time. Oh, he goes to a switch.
See, there goes
He's trying to scoot his hip.
Trying
to scoot his hip. Nothing. Which ends up with Coombs with the legs in, but he's on his hip. He's trying to tilt him for 2.
He's got to show control. That's why they haven't given it to him yet. It's really in a precarious position.
His hip is down, but he's got that half in. He's trying to turn it, so he's trying to recover.
But he may come out the back door.
Yeah, Bowens has to get his leg unhooked out of there to be safe. We're down to 30 seconds now, and we're getting bad points right there. He exposed it. Uh-oh, he could be in trouble if Bowens gets that out. We get 2 for the reversal and 2 for the near fall, which makes the score 3-2. He's got that leg in. He's got to try to expose him. He's down to 10. We're coming down to the last seconds.
He's cranking on him.
He's trying to turn him. That's it.
He got him.
It. This year's 1991 champion, with 2-time state champ now, 1991 champ, it's Todd Coombs from the Dalton Falcons.
Super match.
Hey, Todd. Todd. Congratulations, Todd. Beating him all year, beat him one more time. It was a little bit harder this time, huh?
Yeah, it was the hardest one that he ever wrestled. He did good this time.
Yeah.
He kept moving, he didn't stop.
Well, you got state champ now 2 years in a row, huh?
Yeah.
How many times did your brother win it?
2.
So you got one more to beat him yet, huh? Good job. Your dad and you deserve a lot of credit. You're up second on the board, maybe even beat Harvey, huh? That's what your goal is, huh?
Yeah.
Good job.
Hopefully.
91 state champ, Todd Coombs.
Great match. Great. These guys wrestled before in our section.
Right, they've wrestled twice this year. Goldstein has won both times. Once 3-2, and then in the regionals 4-1.
Right.
Goldstein was last year's state champ at 64. I do have to say that Stoltz has wrestled tremendously this tournament. He really has. He's opened a lot of eyes. This ought to be a good match.
He's a young kid too. Davis.
Yeah, Matt Goldstein's record this year is 34-0, and Dave Stoltz is 31-9. I have to say that last match, I hope we have the rest of them are like that all night long. All right, here we go with our 68-pound match. Like we said a little bit earlier, they've met twice this year, and Goldstein's won both of them, 3-2 and 4-1. Stoltz has wrestled a terrific tournament. Goldstein has wrestled like everybody expected him to, like a little machine. Okay, here we go. First period. Come up, moving around. Goldstein has the first shot. Good motion, good motion. Dave Stoltz. Stoltz is going to have to be a little more aggressive here. Stop feeling him out. It's one of the keys to wrestling down here is you have to be physical and aggressive, especially right now. All right, Goldstein's in. He's trying to drive in on a single. Now he switches out to a double, locks the hip, and he comes around for the 2. Matt Goldstein leads the man 2-0 on that takedown. He's trying on a spiral ride, trying to break him down. He lifts the hips well. Stoltz is doing a good job on the hand and keeping his base. He's trying to, but Goldstein recovers well and comes around.
Well, he sure knows where he is all the time, don't he?
There he goes again with that spiral ride. He really likes that thing, break the guy down. He goes on the edge of the mat, and they break with 6 seconds left to go in the first period, with Matt Goldstein leading 2-0.
He'll control this match most of the way, I think.
He's a strong kid, strong wrestler, physically.
He knows where he is every time, too.
Yes, he does. Very smart, just like right there. Stoltz came up, he dropped right to the knee. Stoltz's decision, he defers to Matt Goldstein. Matt Goldstein chooses down. Choosing down when you get your choice seems to be the popular thing now. I remember when we were wrestling, we used to get in trouble for choosing down.
Never.
Yeah, you always used to have to take top. Now everybody's taking down. All right, here we go. It's beginning of the second period. The score is 2-0. Matt Goldstein in the lead. Trying to come up. Oh, nice turn in for 1 point.
Great hip action.
He just controlled it. All right, now the score is 3-0. Stoltz has his work cut out for him now. It's hard to come back on a lead on Goldstein. It really is. He knows how to work the mat real well.
He sure does.
All right, Goldstein's in on a single. Stoltz is fighting him off, but he's got his leg up. He's still hanging on to that front headlock. Goldstein's trying to trip.
He's gonna make it.
He's trying to trip. They're right at the edge of the mat. Stoltz is trying to, oh, and we have a stalemate. We go back to the center, both up. Stoltz is gonna have to slide his hip down a little bit quicker on that. He's letting Matt Goldstein get in a little too easy.
That kid keeps a lot of pressure on Goldstein.
Yeah, he does.
You know, for a young kid, he keeps a lot of pressure on him. The difference in how many matches they've all had. I mean, this kid is an amateur compared to Goldstein. I tell you, he's going to be a tough kid.
Go off the mat, they start back in the center. We have 30 seconds left in the second period. Scores 3-0. Goldstein's in the lead. Stoltz is going to have to start coming back.
Did you notice Goldstein makes him come in from the outside, which he's not used to? He likes to get tight to him, but Goldstein won't let him. He pushes him off.
He plays the mat. He knows where he's supposed to be.
Does.
He's not letting Stoltz get in underneath him either.
No.
Stoltz is working at it, though. Stoltz is really keeping the pressure on now, trying to come around.
Trying to shuck him.
Yep, he got the front headlock, trying to spin. And that's the end of the third period. Score still 3-0. Goldstein is in the lead.
He's going to take down.
Stoltz chooses down. Okay, here we go. Last period. Stoltz needs 3 points to tie the match. He really does have his work cut out for him now.
This is a hard guy to catch up to, who don't make too many mistakes.
Oh, Goldstein throws a nice chicken wing in. He's got that wrist over there. He's going to try to walk and bury the shoulder to walk it over. Stoltz is fighting it well. But the shoulder looks like it's coming down.
That's pretty close to,
and we break it with a potentially dangerous.
Pretty close to illegal even.
Right, if you can notice, that hand started sliding up above the shoulder blade. Once it gets up there, that's when it's potentially dangerous. Which should be. These kids shouldn't be subject to pressure like that on their shoulders.
No, he's away.
Oh, he is away, and there's one, which makes the match 3-1. Stoltz can come back with a takedown here. It'll tie it up, and we'll have overtime here.
Notice the pressure. He still puts on him.
Yeah, Matt's going to have to keep wrestling here. Goldstein's going to have to keep wrestling. He's not going to be able to shoot in there and stay on his knees. He's going to get caught for 2. We have 58 seconds left in this match.
That was, see how awkward he is coming in from the outside?
And Matt's staying right on his knees in front of him.
That's the way he wants to go around him, up on top if he can.
Goldstein keeps tying up. Goldstein's going to have to try doing something here. He's going to get warned for stalling here real quick.
I don't think so. He's the forward motion. If anybody will get warned, they both will, or I don't see how they could warn Goldstein.
Well, we're down to 30 seconds here. They go off the mat. Got 26 seconds to score. It's 3-1 in favor of Goldstein. Stoltz needs 2 to tie this match. Now
it could go into overtime, Scott.
That's what makes it fun, huh?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Goldstein's trying to get underneath again. Keeps driving up. Stoltz is fighting off. That's the whole problem here. Goldstein keeps putting the pressure on him. Stoltz has no chance to do anything because he has to fight him off all the time.
He stays low and he's just hanging in.
That's right. They break, stalemate.
4 seconds.
4 seconds to go. It appears that we're going to have a returning state champion, Matt Goldstein, at 68 pounds. And there it is. This year's 1991 state champ, Matt Goldstein.
Great match.
At 68
Good
pounds.
Good match. I'm not mistaken, but isn't this his first year wrestling, the kid from the Cardinals? First or second?
Matt Goldstein. 2 in a row now, huh, Matt?
Yep.
Do you have a little game plan for this guy?
Just go out there and wrestle tough.
You beat him now 3 times this year?
Yes.
Okay, you got 1 more year left, huh?
Yep.
Going for a 3-time state champion. Go on the board with all the other big guys, huh?
Go for it.
Good job, Matt.
Thanks.
Great job. Matt Goldstein, state champion.
Great match.
All right, here we go at 72 pounds. Grant Hoare from Morton Youth Wrestling with a record of 40-2. And from Oak Park River Forest, Luan Gray with a record of 32-4. They've never wrestled before this year. Grant was a 1989 state qualifier, and he could not participate last year because of illness. And Luan Gray was a state qualifier last year in 1990.
Gray is a big thrower. He looks for the big throws.
Well, most of the Oak Park River Forest kids do.
Yep.
They're really versed in that upper body.
They got that freestyle style. This other kid, Grant. This will be a good one.
All right, here we go at 72 pounds. Grant Hoare from Morton Youth Wrestling and Luan Gray from Oak Park River Forest Warhawks. This one's going to be a good one. We got two guys that like to go upper body, but look at this. They go right in off that quick shot. That's one thing Oak Park River Forest does too, is they go on that quick shot right off the whistle. All their kids are real aggressive.
They got good hips too. They move their hips very well.
There we go.
Excellent speed.
We're both in a locked up position here, trying to get inside control. Hoare goes, and a nice duck under by Luan Gray for 2 points. He's controlling the arm, trying to bring Grant back to the mat. Grant trying to go for a standing.
Oh, nice counter move. Oh, he's almost got
trying to suck him back. Gray trying to suck him back. There's no points. Couldn't hold him. A lot of action for the first 30 seconds of the first period.
A little bit of a surprise on this one, huh?
I think so. Gray is really smooth. Everything he does is like he's dancing out there.
I'll tell you, he has a lot of 5-point moves.
Here we go, nice hip pressure, but and he lets Grant go.
Grant is a very methodical wrestler, but he's not quite the stylist. But he's a good wrestler. He's solid. He beat my kid pretty good.
Here he goes. He's trying to go for a lot. Oh, and a nice fireman's carry right at the edge of the mat, and no points. Nice fireman's carry on that by Gray. All right, we go to the second period. Scores a 2-1 favor of Gray from Oak Park River Forest. Horse choice. Oh, we have an injury time.
His neck when he hit on the fireman.
Okay, here we go to start the second period. I believe it was horse choice.
Oh,
what did he take? Neutral again. All right, scores 2-1, pardon me, favor of Gray. Now we have another holdup.
Well, they set the clock at 3 minutes, I guess, and they're going to run off a minute and a half is what they do.
Oh, they didn't have a choice.
Oh, he didn't know it. He thought
okay.
that wasn't the end
now
of the period.
it's doing Gray's choice, and he defers to Hoare. Hoare chooses down for the start of the second period. I will see what he's going to do from the bottom. He's going to try to come up to get his one to tie the match. Nice reaction by Gray on that. He's got his arm locked up. Horace coming up to a stand-up. But he's goes to his...
He's controlling.
Right, here he goes out, tries to come in for a switch, but he's got that arm locked back there. He's got to get that arm up. Nothing yet. Good pressure.
Oh, look at this for a tilt.
Trying for a tilt.
It's one of those freestyle moves they use.
He's got nothing. He has it too loose. Oh, he lost the arm. Gray could be in trouble right here. See how he's going to react out of it.
I don't think so. Well, maybe. Oh,
there's a reversal on that.
That's a reversal.
All right, there's the score, 3-2 in favor of Hoare.
Now we'll see if he's going to be able to hold Grant.
He comes out with a sit, and we got a locked hands. Stop the match. That's 1 point. Technical violation, locked hands. 1 point for Gray. Ties the score at 3-3. He's going to have to control Gray's hips a little bit better off the whistle. He's coming right out on that sit.
I don't think he's got enough speed for that.
He's turning in for the one.
That's a
neutral. Looks like he's going to get the one. There it is.
Watch the big throw.
He's setting him up. He's got the over and under on that. He's waiting for him to bring his hips up. Horace's going to have to be careful here. He's going to have to be careful. Keep the pressure in and watch his balance. All right, we go back to the center. We've got about roughly 30 seconds to go in the second period with the score 4-3 in favor of Luan Gray. They come back into a lockup, and Gray tries to go around for a spin.
Look how quick those hips move, though.
Yep. He's got a nice block in there. Grant's going to have to come up off his knees. He's in a real dangerous position on his knees with Luan Gray standing in front of him.
How's that for a throw?
you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
Oh, yeah, I knew it was coming.
I think Hoare knew it was coming, too. That's why he was keeping his hips down.
But it was very safe. It was near the edge of the mat because he blew it.
Okay, here we go.
I think it was more of a test than anything.
All right, that's the end of the second period with Luan Gray leading 4-3. He chooses down.
That's what I take, too.
Yeah, it's a smart move. Grant's having a hard time holding him in there. All right, here we go. Start of the last period for the state championship. Oh, Gray didn't come out firing like he did the last time. And Horace got a half on him. He's going to try to walk it over.
He's got a spiral
with the half, that's right. Oh, and Luan tears it off. He's going to try to turn into him to get his one. He's extended. Now he's turning away. Trying to face him for his one. Nothing yet. Good reaction. Good reaction by Hoare. Good reaction to come back in underneath. Score still 4-3 with 1 minute, 3 seconds to go in this match. Grant's going to have to start doing some work here. He goes. Luan Gray comes out to a sit. He's got good pressure back into him. He's going to try to come with a headhunter, trying to catch the kid's head.
So hard to hold a guy like that, though.
It is. He's got good hip movement. But Horace comes back. He's got good knee pressure right there in the butt where you're supposed to keep it. Now he comes out to the spiral to try to break him down, but Luan Gray comes to a sit-out.
Oh,
he's going to try to pressure and turn into him.
He's coming high. He's very high now.
The kid's got the half on. Here we go. He's going to try to walk it over, but he's got to remember he's on the edge of the mat here. He's got to watch where he's at.
He's facing him now. He's going to be in trouble now.
Good reaction by Gray. We're down to 25 seconds left.
He's not out of it. He's got to watch out for a cradle here.
Okay, here we go. Now, Horace is going to try for a throw. He's got to come up and do something. We're down to 15 seconds now. And we're off the mat with 11 seconds. The score is 4-3 in favor of Gray. Both up. That's 5-3. Grant Hoare needs a takedown to tie this match to send it into overtime. Nice shot. But good reaction by Luan Gray. He's just going to tie it up. Here comes the... Nothing yet. We're down to 3 seconds. It looks like our state champ for 1991 is going to be Luan Gray from Oak Park River Forest.
Good match.
5-3 score. Smart match.
Very equally matched.
Tough. That's right.
Both of them a little bit conservative, though. They didn't want to make the mistake, and I don't blame them. That's the way you win tournaments.
Luan Gray, state champ, 72 pounds. What did Coach Baker tell you before the bout?
Yeah.
He give you some strategy what to use on this guy?
I know I had to keep my speed up.
Yeah, it looks like he tried a nice little throw there. If he would have got that, it would have really been a big move, huh? Well, you look, what are you, in 7th grade?
Yeah.
Coming back next year, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you're Oak Park's champ. Hasn't had one in a long time. Congratulations, Luan. 1991 state champion.
All right, at 77 pounds, we have Milton Blakely from the Harvey Twisters. He's a 7th grader. He's a 3-time state qualifier, 2-time state champion, and last year he placed 5th. These two have never wrestled. And from Blue Crew, we have Daniel Borland. His record is 22-2. He's a 3-time state qualifier also, and he placed 3rd in 1989 and 1990, and he's in 8th grade. Like I said, these two have never wrestled before, but on paper, this looks like it's going to be a real battle out there.
Well, you got 2 different sizes.
All right, here we go with the 77-pound state champions finals match. We have a little hold up in the action here. We needed the bout sheet at the table. Like we said before, this is going to be a real battle, I think, between both these kids. We have 2 different kinds of body styles here.
Borland looks like he's a head taller.
All right, here we go. Both good motion. Borland with the first shot, and he shoots in. Blakely comes in with a double underhook. He's going to try to throw, but Borland reacts well and comes up on the legs. Nice throw by Blakely to his back, and there's 2. But what a bridge by Borland. What a bridge.
He's in trouble.
They're on the edge of the mat. Yeah, he is. He's got that in tight. He's got it locked up. He's got it on tight. This one could be in over early, but they're on the edge of the mat. That may save him. Borland's trying to work his way out of it.
He's trying to cramp the legs.
But Blakely's got the legs locked in there, and he's trying to lift the head. He's got to bring those arms up to bring the shoulders down. We've got 18 seconds left. Borland's working, trying to work, and he comes up off his back.
He's out of it.
And he's out of there.
Wow.
What an effort
What
by
a
Daniel
save.
Borland. I'm telling you. He had it in there. Blakely had that thing in there so tight. Great effort by Daniel Borland.
You know, that's that reverse double arm bar in the with the hands in the armpit, and it's very touchy on whether they're legal or not. If he slipped it out, that's why he had to break it when he had him down there. Otherwise, I think he would have had him pinned.
Okay, that makes the score 5-0 in favor of Blakely with 9 seconds to go in the first period. Looks like we're going to have a caution here for an inadequate start. Caution on Blakely. That's his first. Okay, Borland comes out. Blakely lifts up for an ankle rod with a tight waist and moves up to chop the arm. Good knee pressure on top. Trying to keep Borland in there. Borland comes up, and that's the end of the first period with the score 5-0.
Blakely's very mobile.
All the Harvey Twisters are.
Oh, yes.
They all also have that freestyle style. All right, here we go. Blakely.
Now we'll really see how good this guy is.
Blakely is down with Borland on top. Started the second period. Borland's going to have to stop his first movement right off the whistle. Tries for the ankle ride. Blakely reaches back to tear it off. It comes to a stand up, and he goes to a switch right off his feet. He's coming around.
Oh, he's trying to hold him with his arm. He can't do it.
And he gets the 2 for the reversal off of a standing switch. Borland's doing a good job of keeping his head up, but Blakely goes to that spiral ride with the half to try to break him down. And Borland comes up to his feet, and they go off the mat with no change. Makes the score 7-0 in the favor of Blakely now in the second period. Borland is still down. So Borland's goes in to control the wrist, comes to a stand-up. It looks like he's going to try a switch of his own off of his feet. Blakely reacts well to it, uses a butt lift, and forces the head into the mat to try to come around. Now he works the 3/4 in, and he's going to try to scoot around his head to bring Borland down. But Borland works well.
There's that length that paid off.
That's right. That's tough on the body style with that long legs. He's got that over and under ride on his legs there, trying to keep it so he can take him to his back. They gave him the 2 reversal. He slides the half in to take him to his back for more. They're at the edge of the mat, and there it is.
There's 2 at least.
There's back points. He's got to try to scoop that arm to reverse that half. And Blakely comes out of it with a roll through for 3 near fall, which makes the score 7-5 now, coming up to the end of the second period. And they go off the mat.
Blakely ain't going to have to let this guy ride him. He's going to have to blow out of there.
All right, here we go. Start of the set.
That's the difference between
11 seconds to go. Yeah, 11 seconds to go in the second period. Score 7-5 in the favor of Milton Blakely, who is now down on the bottom. Oh, we have a break in the action, a caution. On Green, it appears. On Borland.
Oh, it's red. That should be a point. That's the second one, isn't it?
No, I think they cautioned Green.
Green?
Had his foot over on the opposite side of the bottom man. You have
Caution
to have it
Green.
Up. You have to have it lined up directly behind him. You can't break that plane. All right, here we go. He comes up to a stand-up. Looks like he's going to try to do that switch again, but he couldn't get his hips out, and Borland controls very well. Tries to work in the chicken wing, but the period ends with the score still 7-5 in the favor of Milton Blakely.
That guy looks like he can wrap his arm around him twice.
Okay, we start the third period. Borland chooses down. He's going to have to come up and out of there. He goes back, takes hand control off the ankle, comes to his feet. He's going to try that standing switch, but he doesn't get it. Here we go with the half and the spiral ride. Blakely comes into an over and under off of the stand-up. They go off the mat, start back to the center.
You know what's going to happen? Blakely's going to be riding him like that. If he doesn't catch him, he may let him go and then try to take him down. Because he's kind of putting himself in jeopardy there.
It's a possibility. Borland's going to have, he's going to have to scoot his hips here to get the 2. Nice re-switch by Blakely. Now it's just a matter of who's going to be more aggressive, and they keep going. Nice reaction. Nice reaction. Here we go. Blakely's on his hip. He's in trouble here. Borland's going to have to keep scooting in.
Now notice where he keeps his hip. He got his hip up. He's in
there
good
we go.
shape.
Borland's got that leg in there. He's going to try to tip him. We're down to 50 seconds here. They're going to have to move.
He's pulling him up.
Nothing.
He's looking for a spread eagle.
There's no change. Daniel Borland is still down. He's got 47 seconds in the third period. The score is still 7-5 in the favor of Milton Blakely. We have another caution.
That's a point.
On red. That's the second caution.
The second caution, right.
Second caution given to Milton Blakely for the start with his foot.
You watch, if he starts to get in trouble, he's going to let him go, Scott. You watch.
Oh, he's real confident on his feet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Borland comes up. Trip back out.
He's tough.
Trip back for Blakely. He's trying to work hand control. He's got that leg locked underneath there. He's got that leg hooked on Borland, trying to keep him down. He's going to have to try working something up here. We're down to 30 seconds with the score 7-5.
He's controlling. He's going to stay with them, I think.
And they go off the mat. We've got 19 seconds left in this match. Score 7-5 in the favor of Milton Blakely.
This kid's tough, though. Both of them, boy.
So far, Dan Borland's been doing most of the work here. Okay, Borland comes out with a sit, but Blakely recovers very well on that.
He went on
He's
his
trying to ride him.
that time.
Reaches in, controls the ankle. We're down to 10 seconds to go. Borland needs 2. He sits into him. He's trying to scoot for the 2.
Look out! Look out!
And there's nothing
Great
at the
match.
end. Good
Great
match. Good match. And this year's 1991 state champ at 77 pounds is Milton Blakely from the Harvey Twisters.
That was a college try, I'll tell you.
That was a tremendous ending.
Milton Blakely, the 1991 state champ, 77 pounds. Is a little harder than you expected?
Yeah.
You wrestled before during the year?
No.
Man, that was a hell of a bout. What did the coach tell you before then? Just be aggressive on your feet?
Yes. told me to attack his legs because he's tall.
You got that big early lead. You just cruised to victory, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations. You got 2 3-time state champ now? One more to go, right, Mel?
Yeah.
Good job.
Good match, Blake.
At 82 pounds for the state championship from the Harvey Twisters, we have Tony Davis with a record of 25-0. He's a 7th grader, and he's a 3-time state champion. And his opponent tonight's going to be Francisco Bermudez from the Lockport Grapplers Wrestling Club with a record of 32-6. He's a 7th grader. Also, 1989 he placed 3rd at 64. 1990 he placed 2nd at 68. And he has down here 1991 a question mark at 82. They have wrestled each other this year at the Warhorse in 1991. This year he lost 5-2 to Davis, and at the sectionals he lost 7-0. So this ought to be a good match. We've had real good matches all day long.
I'll give you this.
So, I hope so. They all should be. These are all real good wrestlers. As a matter of fact, they're great wrestlers wrestling in the state
Both
final.
these kids have wrestled a long time.
Bermudez is in on a single, but Davis slides that hip down well to back out of it. He's blocking inside the leg there, like he's supposed to. He's trying to spin to hook that leg for the 2. Referees may give it to him.
Not yet.
They're on the edge of the mat, and there it is. There's the takedown. And they go off the mat with 24 seconds to go. Makes the score 2-0 in the favor of Tony Davis. I can't talk today. Okay, here we go. Bermudez is trying to inside sit to a switch. Now he goes back the other way. Davis is keeping the knee pressure on. Throws the legs in, and he tries to lock in on the cradle. Oh, now here he goes.
Jimmy Jones.
Well, he switches off real well.
Oh, he uses almost all college moves now. I mean, that's why these guys are so good.
And there's the end of the first period with the score 2-0. Davis is in the lead. All right, Davis's choice. He chooses down to start the second period. All right, here we go, the start of the second period.
Oh, nice
quick move off the whistle. Inside sit on the part of Davis, trying to get his 1. He hasn't got anything yet. Reaches in, hooks the leg. He's going to try to come out the back door.
He's almost got a Granby. Oh, not yet.
Nothing yet. Bermudez is hanging on.
He's very close.
He's hanging on the shoulder.
Got him.
There's the 2 reversal by coming out the back door, and they go off the mat. That makes the score 4-0. Davis in the lead. He's very calm and relaxed out there.
He has some unusual moves. I don't know if you know what he was trying over there, but it was a super move.
All right, Bermudez has nice back pressure up. He's trying to work the hand control to come up. Davis throws the legs in again. Trying to tip him to his back.
He's trying to go with a spread eagle. He's got the arm too. If he can't do that, he'll go into a Jimmy Jones. If not, he'll go into a cradle. 3 great combinations he can work with.
Oh, he's got the hands locked up there. He's trying to reach it through to hook the arm underneath. Bermudez is doing a good job at fighting it off, and that's his whole problem. He has to spend the whole match fighting off. He's not able to come up.
Look how loose they are on top. They have no fear on top.
Bermudez has got the leg tied up underneath there, and it's a break. We have a stalemate.
Yep.
We start over. 17 seconds left to go in the second period. The score is still 4-0 in the favor of Tony Davis. Bermudez is trying to come up. Now he's trying to sit into a switch, but Davis keeps blocking his hip. We're winding down to the end of the second period.
Watch his legs, working on his legs for a tip. Look at this. He's got one leg hooked and he's trying to flip him with his foot.
All right, that's the end of the second period. Score still 4-0. Bermudez choice, he chooses neutral. Here we go. Bermudez comes out really firing up, but he fires to the upper body and doesn't really try to get underneath. But I guess that's Davis' style, not letting him do anything.
Oh, look at that speed.
Good head control and a spin. He made that look real easy. Real easy.
That's called grease lightning.
Here we go. He's got his arms tied up. Look how he's got the leg hooked in there. He's going to a power half, and he's going to step through.
See him try to tilt with the leg on an uprise?
He's just smooth. He's just switching up. I guess that's why he's a 3-time state champ.
Oh,
Going
absolutely.
for his 4th turn.
Now he's looking for the cradle.
You know, he's making it so tough on Bermudez because Bermudez has to fight off all these different moves that Davis is throwing at him, and he can't do anything.
There's the cradle. No, he didn't quite have it. He's still tipping. Watch his feet work.
He stays calm, in control. Now he throws full body right in. Break, stalemate on that. Red's still up. Davis is still at the top. We have 33 seconds to go in the 3rd period. To score 6-0 in favor of Tony Davis. It looks like he's going to cruise to his 4th state championship. Bermudez comes up. He's working on hand control, but Davis brings him right back down to the mat with little effort. I just can't get over how smooth he is on all his moves.
And he uses his legs and his arms.
I mean, there's no emotion, there's no nothing. He just goes out there, does what he has to do.
Sure does.
Bermudez comes up again, trying to stand up. But Davis controls, he's going for a tip.
Look at the tilt, they go into their tilt again.
No points yet, no points yet. He's got to keep scooting those hips into him. Try to bring him back. Stalemate, and they start over. We have 6 seconds left to go. Appears that Tony Davis is going to be our 1991 state champ, unless we have some drastic changes here. Score 6-0. We're winding down here, and there it is, our 1991 state champ. State champ.
He knew there was 1 second left, so he put a hard F on.
At 82 pounds with a score of 6-0, and he deserves it.
Super match.
Congratulations, Tony. You made history on that bout. The first 4-time state champion. How's it feel?
Feels good.
You got one more you have to go after, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, they announced it over. All these people here, I'm making on this tape so everybody knows about it. What was your game plan going in? Be aggressive?
Be aggressive. Not do that stupid.
Yeah, well, you and Quinton have done a great job, Tony. Congratulations. I'll interview you next year for the 5th one, okay? All right, good job.
87 pounds for the state championship. We have Reggie Wright from the Warhawks with a record of 40-3. He's a 7th grader, and he's had 1 previous state appearance, and he placed 6th, but it doesn't say what year. And his opponent tonight at 87 pounds is Jim Brasher from the Vidham Cats with a record of 32-4. He's an 8th grader, and he is a 4-time state qualifier. And he's placed all 4 years, 87, 6th place, 88, 2nd place, 89, 3rd place, and last year he placed 5th. And it says here that they have wrestled, and Wright has won. So this ought to be very interesting. 7-pound state championship match, and this appears to be going to be a real battle. We've had some good matches here tonight, real tight ones all the way through.
I think this one will be as good as any of them. Because you got a lot of experience from the guy from the Venom Cats, and you've got a lot of experience from the guy from Oak Park.
Like I said, the Oak Park River Forest kids come firing off right off the whistle.
Yeah.
So Brasher's going to have to be ready for him.
This kid has those big throws too, so you're gonna the Venom kid is going to have to watch himself.
All right, here we go. We're getting ready to start now. They shake hands. Brasher's in the green. Wright's in the black and orange uniform, and there's that quick shot right off the whistle. And Brasher has to come up with a whizzer. He's trying to face him to get in and out of it to start over. And they go off the mat.
He didn't make
Good reaction by Jimmy Brasher off of that. Not to be caught flat-footed. Here we go. We start again. And there's that quick shot again, but Brasher was ready for it this time, and he comes
nice
back in on a
move.
single.
Walked right in on him.
He's trying to come up with it, but Wright's fighting it off very well with that whizzer. He's pulling the arm across. He's got to try to get that leg back, though, off of that. There you go. Keeps working up. Jimmy Brasher's trying to work up and step around on that single leg. But we get a stalemate here. Boy, they've been calling those awful quick today, which I like to see that.
Well, so do I, especially in this situation with these key type wrestlers. They're all excellent.
You make them work for what they got to do.
Darn right. Nobody wants to make that fatal mistake.
Okay, here we go again. They're both tying each other up here on the mat. Nobody's really making an effort right now to do anything because we're getting down to the end of the period, and they don't want to make a mistake with seconds left. We got double warning for stalling.
Yeah, they weren't doing much there but feeling each other out.
Up. Looks like we got a false start on red. Got a caution now. Tried to beat the whistle to get a quick 2 here with the last 6 seconds in the first period. Oh, he gets caught with his head down. Nothing happened. That's the end of the first period with the score still 0-0.
It's going to be a wingbanger, Scott.
All right, let's see what's going to happen here. All right, Wright defers to Brasher. Brasher's choice, he chooses down. He's going to come right up off the whistle here. All right, here we go. Start of the second period. Score 0-0 at the 87-pound weight match here. As whistle, Brasher comes up, tries to do a stand-up, but Wright controls his hips very well. He's got the knee in there. He's locking up the arm, trying to keep him down.
Well, this is going to be a good one. I can tell. They're both tough for this one.
And then the edge of the mat, and they go off the mat. Let's get back to the center. Brasher's going to have to clear that arm as he's coming up if he's going to work that stand-up. I don't know how long the rest is going to let Reggie Wright just sit there and settle in and ride with the knee and the wrist. Here we go. Brasher's up again to his feet. They're wrestling off at the edge of the mat, and he throws the whizzer in, nothing. And they start back to the center again. We're getting down close to a minute left in the period.
They're both very agile, aren't they?
Well, they're young, too.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Okay, here we go. Brasher's still down. He's been coming up pretty easily, but he's got to get those hips away. Good job by Reggie Wright, but Brasher comes right back off the mat. Good reaction. He's got the sit with the switch. Wright's trying to follow him around, but a good
He ain't got it
sit
yet.
there. Good reaction. He's got that ankle. He's trying to hook the leg. He's got a crossface, get his leg back out of that arm there.
Yeah,
But Brasher's got to get that leg unhooked and sit. Still got to go. He's got that leg hooked there and there. We have a stalemate. Start over.
Nobody's going to let go of that.
All right, we're down to roughly 39 seconds to go. The score is still 0-0. Jimmy Brasher's going to need to score some points here because it's going to be Reggie White's choice come in the third period. He'll probably choose down also.
I would if I was him. But he's got to watch that cradle.
Okay, here we go. Brasher's trying to come back up to a stand-up, but he's got that arm tied up in there. He's trying for a tilt.
They try those
Got to break that. He's got to catch that. He's got to catch that arm. No, and we got to count.
Got two.
We got to count right there. We got a 2 count. We're down to
3. I think
20
he's got
seconds.
3. No.
He's got to watch his weight, though. He's got to watch his weight. He's got the 2, but he's got to be careful not to get too high. And then we break it. 2 near fall for Reggie Wright off that tilt. All right, that makes the score 2-0 with 10 seconds to go in the second period.
He's got 10 seconds to hold him. Then we'll see what happens.
We're breaking the action here. Like I said, there's 10 seconds to go. Scores 2-0 in favor of Reggie Wright. Brasher's trying to come up. Wright does a good job of keeping the knee pressure in there and controlling the wrist. We're winding down with 2 seconds left to go, and that's the end of the second period. Pardon me.
I'll tell you, this is where them cats are dangerous, though, when they're on top.
Yeah, they have that patented cradle that they were known well for.
Reggie Wright is a fireball out of there, so we're going to see if he can stop the fireball. He's going to be in good shape.
Okay, it looks like it's going to be Reggie Wright's choice. Reggie Wright's choice. He's going to choose down. It appears. We're trying to fix Jimmy Brasher's
I hate
headgear.
those halos. They get caught on you so hard sometimes because they do give. They stretch.
And a little rester for both guys. Score still 2-0 in favor of Reggie Wright. Last period. Wright comes up to a stand-up, and Brasher controls the ankle well to bring him down to the mat. As they go off the mat, good reaction on both wrestlers. We start back over in the center.
You can't let White get to his feet. That's when Wright is dangerous.
Okay, here we go again. Another start. Wright tries to go into a switch, but Brasher comes in, controlling the shoulder with his head and the wrist. Knee pressure in there. He's going to have to try to turn him here. Oh, here he goes with the near side cradle, and he's got his hands locked.
He's got his cradle.
He's going to have to try to lift those hips, but Wright's doing a good job by flattening out and setting up a good base, so he can't do it.
If he doesn't break it, he's going to be turned.
You can see the pressure
There's strain on his face. Look at that strain.
Wright's doing a good job by getting it back to a good base.
He got it broke. He broke the...
Okay, Brasher's going to have to try to do it again. We're down to 47 seconds here.
See, this is where he's dangerous, when he gets on his feet.
Nothing. Is he going to give him the one? No change. No change. No change whatsoever. Wright's still down. We have 43 seconds left to go with the score 2-0 in the favor of Reggie Wright from the Warhawks. Now we have a shoe time break here. Back to action now. 43 seconds left to go in this match, and Jimmy Brasher is going to have to turn.
Watch for the cradle, a quickie.
He's going to lock him up. There it is.
He got it again.
He's got it again. He's got to put the head in the side and jack it up.
Him.
He's got to try to jack it up and take him over.
Tripod him.
Oh, he's trying to do what they call a stud cradle, where you catch the leg and take him over, but he couldn't get it. We're down to 27 seconds to go. He's going to have to turn him here quickly.
Oh, he come close.
Wright's got that leg trying to block it. Stalemate with 18 seconds left to go. Score still 2-0 with Wright in the lead. All right, here we're going to see a lot of action here in the last 18 seconds of this match. Here we go, ready to start again. Nice sit in on the part of Wright.
He does that.
Keeps working, and looks like he's going to get one, and that may be it right there. That makes the score 3-0 with 7 seconds to go.
Time.
6. Time to fix the headgear again, and we have 4 seconds to go with the score 3-0 in favor of Reggie Wright. Okay, here we go. Winding down to the end, and it looks like
that's what White stalling, backing out. He can't do that. He's going to have to make contact.
Makes the score 3-1 with 2 seconds left to go, and that's the end of the match.
That
and
was close.
87
close.
And our 87.
See, that's why you can't take that step backwards.
Our 87-pound state champion is Reggie Wright from the Warhawks with a score of 3-1.
Hey, Reg, congratulations. No foul?
Yeah.
You wrestled him before?
Yeah, I wrestled him last year. He beat me 11-0.
Yeah?
Beat him in cash.
Okay, congratulations. You did a good job this year.
First one up is Rob Anderson from the Belvedere Bandits with a record of 39-2. His coach is Troy Johnson, and he's in 8th grade. He was a qualifier in 1989, and he placed 6th in 1990. Also at 93 pounds is the brother of Grant Hoare, who wrestled in the finals at 72, Blake Hoare from Norton Youth Wrestling. His record is 41-2. His coach is Phil Mayberry. He's 8th grade. He's a 5-time state qualifier. He placed 3rd in 1990. So this ought to be a pretty good match, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Got 2 state place winners that want to take first here. So we'll see what happens. 93-pound match. These two have wrestled before. It was at the IKWF Open. And it was in the championship match, and Anderson won 6-5 in overtime. Okay, here we go, start of action here. Like I said, they've wrestled before. Anderson won in overtime, 6-5. He comes in, shoots in on a deep double, takes him up off the mat, has to control him, and brings him down for the 2. Nice deep shot by Rob Anderson from Belvedere. He's got to get his hips back behind him and get some knee pressure in there.
He's got him in a cradle.
Oh, he does. He's got him locked up.
It's not a good one, but it's a cradle.
And they go off the mat.
That's what we used to call the false cradle. You can never pin him with it, but you could get pinpoints.
Okay, here we go. Start up again. Horace tries to sit out, goes into a switch. But Anderson covers it very well. He's got to keep that knee in there, but he's letting the hips get way out too soon. Okay, he drives back up. He's controlling him well. Now he works the half in. He's going to go to that spiral and a half. Seems to be real popular down here. A lot of kids have been using it.
Well, they use it a lot in freestyle, so he must be going to a lot of freestyle camps. Because he's as strong as a horse.
Okay, Horace keeps getting his hips out, sitting out, trying to come up, but he needs to post an arm out to block Anderson from coming around. Anderson has that half again.
He's kind of high. He may lose.
And there it is. It's the end of the first period. Score still 2-0 in favor of Rob Anderson of Belvedere. Anderson takes his choice. He defers to Blake Hoare from Morton Youth. Hoare chooses down for the start of the second period.
He's tough on top.
Anderson gets a board. Hoare goes into a sit. Keeps moving his hips out. But Anderson covers well, hooks the back leg, puts the pressure in there forward. Slides the half in again like he's been doing in the whole first period. And he looks like he may get it over there if he can bury that shoulder. He's trying to bury that shoulder. The horse fighting it off. There's a lot of pressure on that when you get that spiral and that half in there.
That hurts too. Those Morton kids are pretty tough kids. They're good basic wrestlers.
Here we go. He's trying to scoot his hips out. Anderson is just trying to control. He slides that half in again. He's trying to walk it. He buries the shoulder. But Hoare is fighting it off real well with his ankle. They're at the edge of the mat, and they go off. Score still 2-0 in favor of Anderson. We're getting down to about 40 seconds left in the second period. We have a little break in the action for a headgear. All right, here we go. Start again in action in the second period. Scores 2-0. Anderson's on top. As the whistle, Hoare comes up, fires up out of the bottom, but Anderson recovers well. But Hoare tries to go to a switch off that stand-up, and Anderson's trying to cover his hip, blocking inside with that arm on the leg, and he throws that half in again. He's rode all second period with that, and Horace had to fight it off. But he's coming up well. Trying out, he's got his leg hooked in the back. Anderson's trying to drive in to turn him, trying to bury that shoulder. I think we may get a stalemate here pretty soon.
I don't think they'll call a stalemate on this because they're working and nobody's really tied up. He doesn't have a leg.
We're down to the last 2 seconds, and that's it, the end of the second period with no score change. Score still 2-0 in favor of Anderson from Belvedere. Takes his choice, and he goes down. Horace he'll go on top. He's going to have to turn him here.
He's going into almost the same ride.
Anderson's up. He's going to have a good base, trying to take good hand control. Or lifts him, takes him back to the mat, but doesn't seem any pressure on his hips because he's able to come right back up. They're working to the edge of the mat, and they go off. Back to the center, no change.
Styles are pretty similar, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. It seems like Hoare doesn't have the hip pressure on the bottom. Anderson goes to a switch sit, can't get inside leg. Now he's trying to keep his feet on the mat, stay a good base. He's got to work hand control from the top there, try to get away. Hooks the leg, he's going to try a standing switch. But he's got his arm tied up there. Trying to walk it. Oh, potentially dangerous. On the shoulder.
You know, that's a good call, though, Scott. That's a good call by an official. That's a very dangerous move because you know the guy on the bottom is going to resist that all the way.
Well, it looked like Anderson got a little lazy there when he went back down to the mat and let Horace keep the head in the armpit there. Okay, here we go. He tries to sit, but he doesn't. Horace blocks it well. Comes up, tries to turn into him, but nothing. Reacts well off his back.
He almost blew that. He was out. He was almost caught.
Okay, we're down to 40 seconds left to go in the mat. Horace throws the legs in.
He's looking for a spread eagle on him.
Anderson's smart. He's trying to hook that arm and take him back.
Guillotine. He's trying to work a guillotine.
He's got his arm in there.
Now he's using a spin.
And there it is, break again. We got a stalemate. We're down to 21 seconds. Score still is 2-0 in the favor of Anderson, who is down.
This match has surprised me only because of the fact that the kid on top right now showed a lot of moxie on how to ride this guy. But I guess after you wrestle a guy a couple times, you know how he fights.
Well, Anderson basically here goes to a standing switch, comes around for the 2, and he gets it with 10 seconds left to go, which makes the score 4-0. And it looks like Rob Anderson is going to be our 1991 state champ at 93 pounds.
The difference in that match, Scotty, was upper body strength.
Bobby. Congratulations, 93-pound state champ. A little easier than last time, huh?
Yeah.
What was the game plan? Do you have something planned for him?
Yeah, work harder on him. Last time I was close.
Yeah?
So I had to work harder on this time.
It was the first time you won the state, huh? You qualified. You were 6th at 90 pounds last year?
Yeah.
Where you going to school at?
Over here.
Well, you have a good high school season. Congratulations. You did a super job. State champ.
99 pounds. First up is Javier Quinton from the Aurora Tomcats with a record of 46-4. He is a 4-time state qualifier. It doesn't say what weight he was at, but he is a 4-time state qualifier. All right, his opponent tonight is Joe Opiola at 99 pounds from Dalton Park with a record of 42-4. He is a 3-time state qualifier. He finished 3rd in 1988. He qualified only in 1989, and he finished 3rd also again in 1990. This will be a very, very physical match, knowing both these kids. Plus, Dalton is trying to catch Harvey for the state title. So this is a crucial match. Both Harvey and Dalton had 4 kids in the finals with 1 head-to-head match. So every time Dalton comes out on this mat, go start of action at the 99-pound match. Let's get to the center. All right, here we go. Good motion on both these kids. And we have a stop. We butted heads, which is actually good technique because when the guy does shoot, you want to get your head in there.
Yeah.
All right, we're back to action. Everything seems to be okay. I think Javier took the worst of that one. All right, they start motioning around the center of the mat.
Oh, nice.
Opiola shoots in for the single. He's trying to come up on it, but Quinton is countering with a block right in the up underneath. He controls the ankle. I think they're going to go for a stalemate, and there it is. Start both up again.
These Tomcats are very, very quick, very physical.
Okay, Javier shoots in first. Opiola counters with a front headlock. He's going to try to drag it and spin, it appears. But Quinton is blocking well. There was the shuck, but he couldn't get it by him. He's got to keep circling towards that back leg and then shuck him by. They can't sit still.
Now he might be able to do it.
Quinton is right. Quinton does a drag, but it's off the mat, and Opiola goes right into a Granby. That would have been a good series if it was in the center of the
He used a wrist shuck on him. How about that?
Okay,
From
here
the
we
bottom.
go. Down to the last 10 seconds of the first period. There's still no score. Opiola's looking for a tip here.
Looking for a Casey.
Feola keeps stepping around, and that's it, the end of the first period with no score. All right, choice goes to Opiola. Opiola defers to Quinton. Quinton chooses down. They've been doing that a lot all day. Everybody's been taken down. Like I said, when I was wrestling, if you took down, you got beat up.
At this caliber, I think sometimes it's beneficial if a guy is very fresh at first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He hasn't been pushed too hard.
Okay, Quinton comes right up off the bottom to a stand-up. He's using a good base, but Opiola trips him down. Sorry about that. But Quinton comes right back up again. He's trying an over and under here, trying to trip him back to the mat to keep the leg. Quinton is going to have to use a little better hand control, a little more hip pressure when he gets up to his feet. Opiola's got the knee in there. He's riding him well. He's trying to ride into that crotch right there where he can pull the arm through, maybe go for a tip or a tilt. He's hooking the leg, trying to ride him. We got to get some action going here. There it is. He's got the arm tied up, but nothing. Looking for the cradle.
He's controlling
out.
Very well,
He's looking
Scott.
for that 3/4 right here. He's got the leg hooked. Javier bites it off very well. Okay, he's coming up, looking for the inside sit. He's got that tight waist block in there, trying to chop the arm down to keep him from coming up. Block, keeping him wrestling on the hip. That's the key to riding somebody. If you can keep him on his hip, keep him tied up. Up, and they go off the mat.
How's that for a lift, huh?
All right, we got 19 seconds to go in the second period. Score still 0-0 at 99 pounds.
Got 19 seconds to go in this round.
Right. Oh, we got movement on the top. I didn't see the movement on the top, but that's
His
a
elbow.
caution.
Moved his hand on
It's
the
a
elbow.
caution on Opiola. That's his first. We're still at 19 seconds to go. Quinton comes out for a switch, and it looks like he's going to get it. Oh, he may just get the one here. Smart move on Opiola's part.
He's going to
He's
go.
got to keep moving. Got to keep moving here. He has to keep moving. And there's two reversal. And a cradle. And that's the end of the period. And what a flurry by Quinton. With 10 seconds to go, he scores 2 and 2 on a cradle. Opiola's choice, he chooses down. That makes the score 4-0 going into the third period. What a flurry with 10 seconds left in the second period.
They know where to come from, I'll tell you.
He threw that one out of left field. Okay, Opiola comes up. He looks like he was going to try a roll. Quinton is riding in there with the legs, trying to keep the pressure on. Looks like he may have an opportunity for another cradle here.
No,
Opiola's coming out of the back.
Up.
Coming out of the back here. Looks like he may get 2 if he keeps his hips up and keeps coming out the back. He's got to keep his hips up, keep moving, don't sit underneath there.
He's got to fade from him. He won't fade from him, so the counter is working.
Keeps working up. It looks like he's going to look for a Granby there. But he couldn't keep the leg hooked. We're down to 50 seconds left, and the score is still 4-0. He's got to keep coming up, keep moving. He's got to get his head up and out of there. Here comes a Granby try again. He's trying to get inside that leg. See how he's reaching inside that leg for that Granby. But Quinton has got his hips so far down that he can't do anything.
He's got to elevate him to get the Granby.
And we get a stalemate, no change. We're down to 27 seconds. Yes, at 27 seconds to go with the score 4-0 in favor of Quinton. He sits. Here comes the cradle again. He's got the cradle locked up.
Cradles.
We're down to 17 seconds, and he's got that cradle locked up in there. It looks like he's got the hands broke. Yeah, he does. Nothing.
Illegal hold.
Illegal hold. 1 green. That makes the score 4-1 with 11 seconds to go. A lot can happen here. I mean, we just saw 2 reversal and 2 near fall with 10 seconds to go in the second period. What Opiola needs to do right here. He needs to decide what he's going to do and then go for it. All right, here we go. 11 seconds to go on the whistle. Pinellas drops down to the ankle, flattens Feola out. Feola comes out with a sit. Pinellas follows, 2 seconds, and that's it. Our 1991 state champion at 99 pounds is Javier Quinton from the Aurora Tomcats.
Nice match. Tough kid.
£99 state champ, Javier. How do you feel?
Great.
2 for the Tomcats,
Good
huh?
match.
Yeah.
God, we've
Work out
been
with
all
Saldana
barn
practice?
burners. You know what?
No, not really.
Not really, huh?
No.
What, you have a little game plan for this guy? You wrestled him before?
No.
The first time, huh? Well, you handle him well. You got that cradle right away. It looked like you got an early lead. You just held on, huh?
Yeah, I just had to hold him down.
Where you going to high school?
East of World Town.
Well, congratulations. We'll read about you in high school, Javier. Good job.
All right, at 105 pounds in the final match, we have Tyler Hurry from Riverdale Junior High Wrestling Club with a record of 44-0. His coach is Chad Hurry. He's in 8th grade. He is a 4-time state qualifier. He was champion in 1990. He was qualified in 88, 89. He was champion in 90, and he qualified, well, this year. Pardon me. All right, and 105. His opponent tonight is Matt Webster from Metamora Redbirds with a record of 33-4. His coach is Al Durst. He's an 8th grader also. He appeared in the state tournament last year at 1990. And yes, they have wrestled this year already with Hurry winning 3-2. We go at 105. We have Tyler Hurry from Riverdale and Matt Webster from Metamora Redbirds. And they, like I said before, they have wrestled once this year with Hurry winning at 3-2. They both come out very aggressive with each other. Oh, we have a problem with the clock.
Something's wrong with the clock.
We have a problem with the clock. And we're going to have to start this match over again.
No, they won't. They'll continue from there.
Okay, here we go.
They just didn't have the sheet there.
Okay. See, all right, they're continuing. They both came out very aggressive with each other. Hurry shoots in on a single. He's trying to come up with it. Webster is blocking off. He's trying that knee freeze, blocking the knee right there. He's got to keep coming around. Can't sit down on it. Okay, looks like he's going to go to a staggered double. Push off one leg and then come around and face. Up, couldn't quite do it. He switched back to the single leg. He's trying to bring it up. But Webster's fighting it off really tough. He's controlling that head with a crossface underneath there and blocking the leg in the back. Oh, now they're going to be back to neutral here. We may see a throw, but no. And they go off the mat with 3 seconds to go in the first period.
You know, if you took the heads off those two guys, they'd look the same. Look at their body structure. They look identical.
There we go. Down to the last second, and that's it. Score still 0-0 at the end of the first period. With the choice going to Matt Webster. Webster defers to Hurry. Hurry chooses down for the start of the second period.
He's going to let him up, I think.
Okay, we'll see what happens, see what strategy he uses here. Oh, he's going to try to ride him. Good sit out on the part of Hurry. He gets out there, good pressure in on the part of Webster. He's trying to sit out and catch that head. He may have it, but no, it gives it up. Good reaction by Webster. Hurry comes up to a stand-up, tries to face and throw with a hip.
Reverse head throw.
He's trying to step. He's got to keep stepping. He doesn't have it yet. And there it is. That's two. That's two with maybe more.
No, he's got two, I think. Oh, he does
got
have
the
two.
3/4. Got the 3/4. And there's two near fall off of that. And they break and go off the mat. That makes the score 4-0 in favor of Tyler Hurry from Riverdale.
He's got the reversal and a 2-point near fall.
On a quick flurry from his feet. He breaks down Webster right off the whistle, tying up the hands underneath. He's working in a chicken wing there. He's going to try to walk it around. Burying the shoulder. Looks like he's going to try to stack him up.
He's got the arm bar on him. He's trying to walk him. Lots of pressure.
There he goes. He's buried the shoulder. Big step over. There's more back points for Tyler Hurry. Keeps it in. He keeps working that bar in there. with Webster trying to work hand control to keep it out, and there's 2 more near fall points for Tyler Hurry off that chicken wing. He's got that ride there.
Arm lever now.
He tries to head under, and he's going to try to walk it around. But Webster's fighting it off. He's fighting it off, keeping the hip pressure in on him. Trying to face him. We're winding down the last 10 seconds of the second period. As Webster comes up and Hurry drops down to the ankle, we may get a potentially dangerous, nope. And that's the end. That's the end of the third period, but the score is 6-0 in the favor of Tyler Hurry.
Wow, what a surprise on that, huh? 4-point move, did it?
Yep. All right. Webster's choice. He takes neutral. I think we're going to try to see a throw here to try to come back and make up the points here. We have 1:30 left, but Webster goes in underneath, maybe for a fireman's. But Hurry's fighting him off with a block in there. He reaches in on the ankle. He's working. He's got to work up. He's working up. Locks the hip, and there's 2 more for Tyler Hurry. And we got a potentially dangerous call on that ankle ride. All right, we're down to 1:08 left in the third period. Scores 8-0 in favor of Tyler Hurry.
He's tough. Oh.
All right, here we go. Resume action here. Webster sits back, but Hurry covers him, puts the knee, keeps the knee right there. Knee pressure in there with a tight waist and a tight wrist in there. But Webster's trying to work the hand control. So he's got to get his head up off the mat. There we go. He starts coming up.
He has to watch. He had him on an arm lever.
And Hurry covers well. We're down to the last 45 seconds in the match as Webster's coming out for a sit. Into a switch, comes up. As they go off the match, nice reaction by the referee to get into position on that.
That's pretty good. The referee.
That's pretty good for a 42-year-old referee.
Yeah, he moved pretty good there.
All right, we go. We're down to 35 seconds now. And Webster's going to have to come up. He's going to have to try something now. He needs some desperation moves now. But Hurry's not giving him anything. Hurry's putting the pressure on, keeping the knee in there, riding that 2-on-1 wrist underneath there, where he's supposed to be. We're down to 20 seconds left to go. Score still 8-0. It looks like Hurry's got this one under control. He's got the half, and he's going to work for more points.
In a spiral now.
And Webster's trying to fight it off. We're down to the last 10 seconds, and it appears that Tyler Hurry from Riverdale Junior High Wrestling Club, who will now be 45-0, will be this year's 1991 105-pound state champion.
I'm going to take this home with me.
Tyler Hurry, congratulations, 45-0, 2-time state champ. Did you wrestle this guy before?
Yeah, I did semifinals of sectionals.
Yeah, what was the outcome then?
3-2.
3-2. Today you really took it to him, huh?
Yeah, I feeling really good today. I had a different game plan today, so took it to him. I knew I was going to have to come after him as hard as I could. Do it, because he was ready.
Well, I know everybody in Riverdale's real happy. Congratulations, champ. Good job.
Nice going.
Guys want to close it?
Got another year.
I'll tell you what, this year was phenomenal. There was some real phenomenal wrestling all year, all through this whole tournament. This was probably the best I've seen in all the years that I've been doing this.
Hey, I enjoy working with Scott and Dee Dee. Scott and Dee Dee, thanks for letting me work with you guys.
See you next year.
Yeah.
Happy trails. Good job, Coach.
I'm here with Tyler Hurry, the state champion at 105 pounds, and he's also one of the wrestlers of the year for the IKWF News. Congratulations, this is the second year in a row that you've won the award, Tyler.
Thanks a lot.
So how tough was the season for you this year?
I ended up undefeated. It was tough. I had some rough matches. Went some big tournaments, had some real good kids from all over. The goal was just, to go undefeated. I knew I was really going to have to work, just give it all, and that's what I did, and that's how I ended up.
where are you going to be going to high school next year?
Riverdale High School.
Is that double A or single A?
That's single A.
And you'll be wrestling again this summer?
Yes, I will, all summer.
And who's been coaching you now these past years?
My uncle, Chad Hurry, coach. He's sticking with me, helps me anytime I want him to. He's great. I love him a lot.
And who's going to be your coach then in high school? Is he coach at the high school too?
Yes, no, he isn't. We have Coach Mr. Jim Boyd for high school.
Did you wrestle any of these other champs at the weights above you and below you during the year?
Yeah, I have. Well, I wrestled Abbott. I think he ended up second. I'm not sure. And I wrestled Feola, which he ended up second too, you know, that thing. But I wrestled a majority of them.
All right. Anything else you want to add?
No, but thanks a lot.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
With Mark Harvey, he's a state champ at 185 pounds from Mount Zion, and he is also one of the wrestlers of the year for the IKWF News. Congratulations, Mark. I heard that you broke your leg during the year. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, broke it February 2nd in Decatur, wrestling. Not sure what his name is. He's from Vermont. He won state at 173. I was out for about 5 weeks and tried to wrestle in regionals and got there and there wasn't anybody there for me to wrestle, so got to go on, gave me another week to heal, and the doctor took the cast off.
When did the doctor take the cast off?
Last Friday. Last Friday, and wasn't supposed to be walking off for another 2 weeks, but
You got it out, went out and won a championship anyway.
Yep.
Was the competition as tough as you thought it was going to be? You pretty well breezed through the tournament.
Really, I didn't. Really, it was tougher this year than what it was last year, and I'm not full condition. First time I wrestled in 5 weeks, so just not into it yet. Yeah. So,
All right, you won it last year. What weight was that?
185,
That was at 185 also. And where are you going to be going to high school?
Mount Zion.
You're going to Mount Zion? You going to be wrestling this summer in freestyle and Greco?
Yeah, try Prairie State games and various tournaments around the state.
Yeah, I'm here with Quinton Harrell, the head coach of the Harvey Twisters, who just won their 5th state IKWF state championship. Congratulations, Quint.
Thank you.
Need more support here, Al.